Welcome to ProFrame 2015 training videos. In this video, I'm going to discuss purchase orders. And before we get started, just to kind of refresh ourselves here, I'm running a multi-warehouse session here where this server's on a cloud, and so my users are logging into the system and they're either coming into the main warehouse or the remote warehouse. So we're going to just stay in the main warehouse. With that said, if I select purchase, I've got two options because I'm logged in as the main warehouse. I can do a PO order entry home, which is going to allow me to create a purchase order for my home warehouse for only the main host office. If I selected the global option, then that's going to allow me to create a purchase order here in my main warehouse, and it's going to be shipped to me. But I could have line items on that PO that I'm going to then transfer to the other warehouse. So I can actually order items for both warehouses on the same purchase order. And that's the one that I'm going to do here today. So I select global. This is nothing more than a program letting me know, since I'm cloud-based, that it could take a little while to load up. And of course it didn't because I don't have a large inventory here. So what I'm going to do first of all is click add to add a new purchase order. Now because I'm global, I could actually change the warehouse and actually order a purchase order for that warehouse and actually have it shipped to that warehouse. Okay? But what I'm going to do is just stick with the main host here. But I'm also, during this process, I'm going to show you how I could add orders for the other warehouse that's going to be shipped to me that I can then later know that I've got to transfer it to the second warehouse once I receive it. Well, I'm going to do an order for Bainbridge. So I select Bainbridge here. If I didn't know, I could enter a name or the account number to locate the vendor that I'm creating this PO for. Once I got the vendor selected, then I just select a set here, which then takes me back to the header, and then I can just tab through all these different options and set up my estimated time of arrival. I can change the ship via and so forth. And once I've completed the header page, I just click apply. Then the program's going to allow me to go into the details and actually order the line items for this PO. So I'm going to click details and I'm going to click add here at the bottom of the screen. Now I can find the item that I want to order. In this case, I'm going to do I'm going to order the B11O mat board. But I can see I've got 109 on hand, so let's don't order that one. Let's order this one, since we only have like 38 on hand. Now, this is 38 sheets now. It's not 38 boxes. And I'm going to show you why that is a little bit later. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and double click this item, and then I'm going to select set. Then it's asking me for the quantity. Now I'm going to order 2 boxes, okay, at a ratio of 12 per box. Now, where's that coming from? How does it know that right there? Well, let's drop out of this and crank up our inventory. And let's pull up that same item, and I want to show you. Actually, it's this S item. I'm going to show you where that's coming from. If I go to the Adjust tab, I've told the program that my PO unit of measure is a box of 12. There's a 12 count. And my PO quantity ratio is 12. So basically, it's 12 sheets per box. That's how I purchase. My unit cost is based on per sheet. Okay? That's where that's coming from. And the reason that I'm doing it that way is because I want to inventory this product in sheets. So if I go back and look at my own hand, that 38 is not 38 boxes, that's 38 sheets. Okay? Because I can sell this product in sheets at $6.25 a sheet, or I can sell it by the box, which 12 to a box, and then my ratio is 12. Okay? So when I sell this product, this information, if I sell one box, it's going to relieve inventory of 12 sheets. And the same thing when I order this product, I'm ordering it by the box, but it's 12 to a box. So if I go back to my purchase order, that's what I'm doing here. I'm ordering 2 boxes at $4.50 a sheet. That's per sheet. But when I'm ordering 2 boxes, I'm actually getting 24 sheets. See? So if I go ahead and apply that, and that's essentially what I'm doing. I'm ordering 2 boxes, but when it comes in, it's going to add 24 sheets to inventory. All right, let's add another product. This time I'm going to, because I've loaded into the global, I can actually click this box here, warehouse. Now I can actually see that same product for warehouse 2. And I see that he's got 70 on hand. Well, I'm looking at the wrong product. It's this one. So he's kind of low as well. I had 38, he's got 24. So you could easily say, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to order 2 boxes for that warehouse. Now notice that it put transfer to 002 remote warehouse in that comment field. And I'm going to show you where all that comes into play a little bit later in the video. So that's it. I'm going to make it really quite simple. I'm not going to sit here and add. Obviously, I could add, 10 more items or 20 more items, whatever I needed to do. But that's enough. I'm ordering these 2 products. Let's go ahead and add another one. I'm just going to add one more. I'm going to turn my warehouse off. Let's see what we got in that. That's 51. Well, 9 on hand. Let's order some of that. So I'm going to get 2 boxes of that, and they come 25 to a box. So my inventory quantity is 50. That's what's going to be added to inventory when this product comes in. And it's the same principle as before with the item B10. It's the same principle. If I pulled up that C125 that I just added and go to adjust, that's why it's 25 to a box and it's 25. Okay? It's the same basic principle. So that's it. Now what I'm going to do now, since I'm done with my line items that I want to order, I'm just going to go back to the header. Now this is kind of important here. The system has what's basically, it's basically an approve a button. What this allows you to do is protect POs, so that someone can actually create the PO, but maybe they don't have the privilege in their login to actually approve it. So you could save this and move on, but somebody would have to come back later and actually pull this up and approve it in order to print it and actually order the product. But I'm going to go ahead at this point and approve it. Okay, so I'm going to click apply and I'm going to save all. Now because I approved it, the program is going to let me print it. Otherwise it wouldn't have let me printed the PO if it had not been approved. So normally what you would normally do, you could print this out, okay, for your records, but what you really want to do is save this as a PDF. And that's just the purchase order, and I'm just going to enter the purchase order number on it. See? And so it's basic, the way you can't see that. See? There you go. So I'm just going to save it, and it's going into my documents is all it's doing. And the reason I'm doing this, well, actually, I needed to fix that. And that's happening because I didn't set that up. There's another place in the software that you can set that up. Let me see if I can go fix that right quick. I'm going to exit out of that. I think it's in my warehouse. Yep, that's my problem right there. That's where that's coming from, see? So I just simply didn't change that. I could have easily changed it, but that's where that's coming from. And so you could set that up, and that would have corrected all that. Okay? I'm not going to worry about that in this video. But here's what we've got now. If I go into purchase order, if I go into, and of course I don't have anything that's ready to be transferred in. Okay. If I look at open items, I can see that these 3 items are open. They're open orders. So I've basically, you know, what I did when I saved that PDF, then I would just go and email that vendor that PDF file to order it. Now, when this order actually comes in, and you can see here in this order, this is for the home, but this one's for the remote warehouse too. So when this comes in, I need to transfer this to that warehouse. If I go look at transfer outs, you see there's that item right there that's in my transfer out waiting. So basically, it hadn't been loaded out yet. It has not been received. Okay, so it's an open order. So now at this point, I'm going to receive that item. And I would have to go back into my global in order to see that order right there. That's the one we just ordered. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and pretend that we've received this from the vendor. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just double click, and I'm just going to post it as being received. Okay. So then it allows me to go in, and it automatically defaulted putting these received quantities in. But if I didn't receive it, I could just back order it. Okay. All right. So, but I received everything. So I'm going to let that go as is. And there's my post date, which is today's date. Then I'm going to come back to header, click apply. Then I'm going to save all. So now if I wanted to, I could print this after the fact. And so these are things that came in. This is my receipt. Okay. I could have changed the unit cost as well during that process. I didn't do it, but I could have slid over to the cost section, and if my cost had increased, I could have easily changed it, and it would have updated my inventory. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to exit out of this. I'm going to go back into my inventory, and I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to refresh my inventory. I'm going to pull this up, and now you can see that I've got 59 on hand now, because I had less than that before. And so if I go to my adjust, it shows that the ETA, and then my last receipt was the 16th. So I've received these products, and it actually added it to my own hand. Okay. If I go look at the B 110 product, you see that it's 109 now. And my last receive date was 16th. Well, actually, you know why I didn't order this from my warehouse? Okay, well, that's why. I didn't order it from my warehouse. I think I ordered that. Yep. That's the one I just ordered from my warehouse. I received it on the 16th. Now, what we had on that order was an item for the warehouse too. Well, what I do now is if I go into purchase and if I look for transfer out, now this is indicated here that my TP, which is describes what it is down here. It's a type of transfer. It's a purchase order. The TO is the type of order it's posted. So this one's been posted. So basically this has been posted and it's ready to actually ship. Okay. So what I would do at this point is print out a loadout sheet to print out so the guys out in the warehouse could pull these 2 boxes, and we need to put it in a truck and get it transferred to remote warehouse 2. Okay. So once I print this out and they get this item pulled, then I would basically come here and say, look, this thing's been loaded out. Okay. So I'm going to save all. All right. Well, before I do that, let me log into Remote Warehouse 2 and show you what it looks like for transfer ins. See, there's that item that it's waiting on. And they can look at that TP and tell it's been posted. See? But it's not in transit yet. Okay? All right. It hadn't been loaded out. So now what's going to happen, I just wanted you to see that. So I'm going to go back into the main warehouse. I'm going to go into the purchase. I'm going to transfer out. I'm going to go ahead and mark that as being loaded out. We've got it on the truck. We're fixing to ship it out. And I'm going to save all. It goes away on this screen. I don't see it anymore. But if I go back and look at Warehouse 2 and look at transfer in, now I see that it's been loaded out. Now I'm waiting to receive it. Okay, so now I know on this end it's been loaded out. It's on its way. Okay? So on your end, on this end, if I print the load in sheet, then this is what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on these products to come in. So I could print that out. And eventually, when the truck arrives from my main warehouse, I can then come in here and say, well, I got it. I received it today. So you can mark it as received, and then you can save it. Okay? But actually, it's said in transit. Okay? So now I've received it. Now it goes away. Now if I go pull up my home inventory and I look at this item, I think it was this one. Okay? No, it wasn't that one. I can't even get straight on what item it was. Maybe it was the 11. 35. Nope. It got it. Which one was it? You'd think I'd keep up with that. What was that item? I'm getting myself all confused now. Let me log back out. Go back into the main warehouse. And let's look at purchase orders. Let's look at PO history. Here's the one I just brought in. Okay. It was the B11 110 OS. Okay. $48. See, there it is. So I've received it, but it was really the main warehouse is the one that ordered it, and then it transferred it to me, and that's how that works. Now that pretty much concludes this video. Thanks for watching.